I should have had Tom host the live. That would have been brilliant. But no. Yeah, I'm just taking the week off. Happy Sunday. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. We might even be live sometime soon. Oh, now we're live. It happened. What up, Avon? Chat. What's good in the hood? How's everybody doing? By golly, there is a live. Yeah, I regret not having Tom host it. That would have been really funny. Good evening, Patrick Radcliffe. I hate building custom stairs too, among other things. Yes, usernames are fixed. My sister's wondering if she should eat an edible. Yes. Why not? Right on time as usual. McLovin in the house, as well as my sister. So many mods. Good evening, Martin Adams. How's it going? Yeah, hopefully everybody still has their limbs and digits, says Avon. That would be ideal. Yeah, Mark beat me here. That's funny. You may have noticed I was late. I've been working on the studio. I've gotten many things. There's a black Les Paul now. Don't worry about that. Anyway, I bought this very fancy DBX. It's actually a home stereo compressor, but it's apparently a weapon in the studio. According to my friend Drew. So I bought one, and it is awesome, but only half of it works. And so I was trying to fix it, and it didn't work. One of the little daughter boards is bad. Anyway, yeah. Vintage Adventurer drives in the house. My sister welcomed me to my own party. Nice. Good morning, Jeff. Happy Monday. Dan Orcutt in the house. Peter Dollery, Driveway of Misfits. I am thrilled to be here. How's the audio? Am I loud? Am I quiet? Am I okay? I'm using the Magic flashy microphone, which is changing colors. Ooh, is it on the right mode? It is on the right mode. That's nice. Audio is perfect. Great. Do not adjust your TV. A little quiet. See, that's what I was worried about. I'm going to do this. And if it gets worse, we'll undo it. Maybe that's better. Maybe it's not better. I don't know. Anyway, I have to get a new. We're running on Macintosh power now. As you may know, I do all the editing on a Mac, and so which color sounds the best? Do all the editing on the Mac, and I got a cheapo actual desktop Mac that's like way faster than my little MacBook Air guy. I bought this on the Tennessee trip at a random Walmart because the truck hadn't broken down, and I thought, I'm probably good to spend my emergency fund on a new laptop. Because remember, my laptop died like a week before that trip. Anyway, it's been a faithful unit, but it's getting a little slow, as they always do. So I got this thing, but my stupid sound box isn't Mac compatible. Why? So yeah, that's where we're at. The glasses are on straight. My head is not straight. Also, you may notice I don't look at the camera right anymore because there are dual monitors. There's so much going on in here. Anyway. Tim Cook must not like me. Oh, my mother's here. Mopar Jimmy in the house. Who says, nice job on the tin grill, fellas. Thank you. I wonder if this will make it worse. Maybe it'll make it better. Maybe it'll make it louder. Don't know. My head is straight. No, yeah, exactly. Avon, yeah. My ears are not at the same height. Even crooked glasses don't fit me right. The libation for the evening, Chris, is the Incline Cider Imperial Hazy Honey Crisp. Is that backwards? That is backwards. That means Oh, that's terrible. Hold on. Hang on. Hold on. Normally, on StreamYard, the camera is backwards, but the Mac made it backwards. Can I fix it? I don't know. FaceTime options? Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hang on a second. Hold on. Here we go. Ah, there we go. All right. Do not adjust your TV set. It was backwards. Now it's frontwards, which means if I point this way, I'll see it the other way. But now you can read the name of my beverage. Wow. That was kind of weird. It should have been backwards for you. It should be fixed now. Yeah. Anyway. I am live. Believe in Yourself is here. Patrick Sullivan said you're live. Josh is here. How's it going, Josh? Good morning. Yes, we learned this week why the Green Bean did such awesome burnouts. The rear rubber brake line was like plug solid. Nothing changed on your end when Weird. So it shows it on... Okay, I don't know. Don't worry about it. That's strange. Okay, good to know. It just backwards is for me. I always figured what it shows here is what you see, but I guess not. We're learning so many things. The oldest McNugget, McLovin. Apparently his kids are called McNuggets. Finley says he thinks your new office is very cool. Thank you, Finley. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. Oh, well. I actually have this super cool light fixture I found at the local used house parts store. It's got 3 of those vintage wiry looking bulbs in there. Anyway. One Datsun lover wants to know which color sounds the best. Magenta. Vintage Adventurer Drives had to replace a 9-volt battery and an active base for the first time this week. I was wondering why it quit making noise. I think I've shown you. I have an Aerodyne P-Base Special, 2006. Turns out it's super limited, special flame top, red finish. They were only available domestically in Japan, and to get one in America, you had to get someone to buy it in Japan and mail it to you, which is awesome. But anyway, that one had a dead battery when I got it. I don't like active pickups at all. Robo Style is in the house. Good evening, Robo Style. Connor Lake Havasu also in the house. It's not compatible because Apple wants it that way. So there's this thing called class compliance. And who made that? Akai. If Akai had made that thing class compliant like their other units, it would work just fine. But no. Is it Apple's fault? Is it their fault? It's everyone's fault. Oh, One Datsun lover. Totally thought you were flashing the YouTube 100K subscriber reward for a second. Maybe later this year. What are we at? 69,700 something. 26. We'll see. Yes. Yes, I'm getting one of them. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of treasure upgrading the studio and getting things to actually studio correctly. Might actually record some music. Or not. Don't know. What is this now? Josh sent me $20 and said, sorry for noticing random stuff. What's the picture above the black Les Paul? That's actually something really cool. Hold on. Okay, that is a poster, and you can't read it, but on the amp, I'm pointing so hard. On the amp, on the poster, it says Whitewood Funk. Whitewood Funk's the name of my old band. Here's what's really cool about it. Poster, Silvertone amp, the very same Silvertone amp. Oh, pointing is so hard. Les Paul, the very same Les Paul. I did have it on that stand, but then I got the black one. The neck on that one's broken. I snapped it twice. And it's glued back together, but it's super messed up. So I just bought the black one to have an actually playable Les Paul, which is nice. But I don't really like the pickups, and it needs a pick guard. And the finish is peeling on the back. Anyway, yeah, that was this cool poster we made. And I have a few of them left. There are also venue posters that use, like show posters, show bills that use that same graphic, but I don't have any of those hanging up. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Good evening, Canadian Chip Muncher. I do really like ketchup chips. That's 100% true. My buddy Drew is... So, like, I taught him everything I know about recording, and then he took it and ran with it and makes just amazing sounding stuff. So now, like, I ask him for advice. That's why I got this compressor and other things. Anyway, he's messaging me. He just sent me the final boss of drum compressors. It's awesome. Cheers, Alan. Everybody say hi to Alan if you haven't said hi to Alan. And also thank you for rescuing the Tin Grill truck and making that video yesterday, which I greatly enjoyed. I guess I was in some of it too. But anyway. We had an Alan video yesterday. We had a Colin video today. Should have had Tom host the live stream. Oh, well. Oh, hi, Teddy and Maddie. How's it going? Weird. They're not tricks, Michael. They're illusions. Tricks are what a whore does for money. Oh, yeah. My niece and nephew are watching. Pretend I didn't say that. Vintage Adventure Drives. Had to go pick up my ice cold PBR after seeing your libations. Nice. Leroy Lurch is back. I wonder if it's doing this on your end. On my end, the screen just occasionally flashes the camera for no reason. Donnie's in the house. How's it going? What is up? Oh, that's funny. McLovin's wife grew the McNuggets, his kids, on McNuggets. That was her desired meal all throughout pregnancy, and it kind of stuck. That's great. Phil Buckley is here. Jeff Hutchins says K&N purple sounds the best. Nice. PGH Harry, where's the Rickenbacker? You're going to have to be more specific. But the black one is right there. The other two are here. My wife got me a guitar boat, and it's currently tucked in the corner. I want it to be kind of more on display, but this room, it really isn't very big. So, yeah. I was thinking about sliding the guitar boat into the armory there, but I don't know. I just feel like it should be front and center up here. Wow, Rooster's here too, so we have all the mods. Optimal mod power. Mark M says next week we should be flirting with the 70K number. By my current rate, we'll hit 70. Oh, God. Been picking up. Last month was kind of crazy. The Perky month. Things went crazy after Perky. But it slowed down a little bit now. It's something like 2,500 subscribers a month. So 500, 600 something a week. So 3-4 days, we'll probably hit it. Yeah, we'll be past 70K by next live for sure. Cypher F in the house. How's it going? Sam Grable asking the big questions. I just mentioned Perky. Were you able to behead Perky? No. Still stuck on there. It's maddening. Classic Dude Mike is in the house and says the YouTube 100K subscriber award would make a good guitar body. I could see that, I guess. No questionable chats are sneaking through tonight. That's right. Jeff R., did the missing distributor bushing in Jordan's 360 ever get found? Nope, it wasn't in there. They put that distributor in without it. But the thing is, I think the real issue was probably massive overheating. Stage Zero Jason is in the house and says, good videos this week. Good to see the Fury again. So tell me about that crossfire in Colin's video. Our friend, Tom, not that Tom, but Ranch Tom, that charger's out at his place, and that crossfire is his. I actually got that running for him some years back. Yeah. It's a little beat. It's a little trashy, but it's pretty cool. We'll see. Does Colin's Fury have an overdrive transmission? Yes, it does. It has its second overdrive transmission since the first one exploded. And we need to talk about a Barracuda sometime. We got to figure out some stuff. Hot Shoe is here and says, cure for the stuck perky head? Thermite. That could work. Better not forget them all-dressed chips. I do. I totally like all-dressed. I'm about it. Our super mod McLovin, father of the McNuggets. Why is talking so hard? Says, please caress the like button because it's excellent for the show. Thank you, McLovin. Leroy, I showed this once already, but I'm drinking Imperial Hazy Honeycrisp. McLovin just sent me a picture and said, ooh, I just realized I have your car here on my wall, kind of. Yeah, pretty close. I don't like that C stripe. It would have to be the Bumblebee if I did it. And honestly, on that car, I probably won't. I don't know if I'm prepared to reveal that car yet. Keep some amount of suspense. Yes, I'm almost to 70,000 subscribers. It's going to happen. Larry Barker is here. Michigan in the house. How's it going? Leroy Lurch, have you tried double nutting the studs on Perky with super hardened nuts? The problem is the threads are super short, and I think they're special threads. So the factory nuts would be our only option, and they're just too tall. You can't fully thread two of them on there. So, yeah, Rich Jordan with a comment there about using a tumbler motor. I had a comment just like that, some kind of vibrating device to knock everything loose. Okay, yeah, the camera is flashing occasionally. I apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. Probably Mac. The like button. Stop it. Rich Riker in the house. Gary Hergert is flying out to Carlisle tomorrow morning. Going to spend the first 2 days in D.C. doing tourist stuff. Nice. Nice. McLovin just put up a link to my merch store. It's shop.deaddodgegarage.com. Buy early, buy often. Get your Scrap Pack stickers, your DDG stickers, and of course, the Dale's Demon t-shirt. It turns out all I have to do to sell merch is mention my merch store in videos, because I did that in the truck video, Alan's video. 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 orders in a day and a half. Just had to mention the merch store. Anyway. Yeah, do that. Johnny Grassa says, I went for a good rip in my 65 Barracuda today. Nice. Rooster says 70,000 subs in 3.5 years is impressive. Well, I think so. Mark Bass, probably the 39,000th person to say try and start Perky with the head bolts removed. I can't. The fuel injectors are held down by head studs, and they are out. Now, I could try and rig something up to clamp them in there and use compression like 40 billion other people said, but I'm probably not going to do that. Now, the other comment I've gotten again and again and again and again and again and again is put rope in the cylinders. Cylinders 1 and 4 and then crank it. And I might do that, but I'm probably not going to. Oh, also, we cannot ever start Perky again before the head comes off because there's a broken cam follower. Also a broken head stud. My sister says the majority of almost 70,000 has been in what? The last year and a half? The 20,000 special seems like it just happened. It does. That was November of 23, wasn't it? I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. The 20K sub special. December 1st, 2023. Yeah, it's 20,000. So the last 50,000 have happened in a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Magic. Yes. Yes, Gary Hergert. It was funny at Spring Fling. I got a lot of I know you stares, more than I usually get. I think more people know Tom's face from his channel. Yes, I think so. Raymond Ward, does your band ever play out, or are you just hobbyist? Yeah, we're playing a show a month now. My new band, which is called Morning Orange, formerly Frickin' Lasers, we're playing about a show a month. We practiced and wrote songs and worked on material for an entire year before ever playing a show, and got it really hammered out and solid. So, yeah. We're working on new material now, which is challenging because we have high standards. Anyway, Gary Hergert is going to count how many people comment on his DDG shirt at the show and how many people call him Tom. Yeah, you need a little notepad. Josh, Perky will fall off its head eventually. Josh is #1 in chat. I'm sure that means something. Have you tried all the swear words? I'll be leaving early tonight so I can fund my next purchase. You better hurry up, bud. Nah, it's still here. Vintage Adventure drives. I put a mechanical fan back in my 71 Satellite yesterday. Good. So much better. Yes, Rooster sent me the graphics for the Going Ape and the Flying Banana shirt, coming to a t-shirt near you very soon. We're going to have 2 Flying Banana shirts. A suspiciously familiar sounding van. Rich is in the comments. How's it going, Rich? Have a 98 Dodge 3500 camper van. Clicks once when trying to start. Replace the starter and relay. Battery's 90%. Any ideas? Try cranking it in neutral. And double check battery connections. Or call me. Hot Shoe says, start on removing the head on the spare engine now. It'll be loose by Christmas. I was kind of thinking the same thing. Nice. Grasshopper Cruise, could you pack 2 cylinders with axle grease? I probably could. Same thing, though. I don't have... The cylinders aren't closed off. The injectors are out, so... Wow, I need to clean these monitors. Yes, Morning Orange. We changed the name when we decided to get serious. Freaking Lasers was a joke. Anyway, rope doesn't need compression. Grease does. It would need the injectors back in, and that's a problem. Tony Heslington. Did you get 273 head gaskets yet? I remember you said you couldn't find them. Sent you an email about some here in Canada. When did you send me that? Today? Recently? A while ago? If it was... There was an NOS parts outfit that did not have them. Head gasket. No, that's a Steve. That's not a Tony. I get a lot of emails. And I don't know how to type. There is an NOS parts company that has some the part number is in their system, but it isn't actually in stock. It's a lie. It shows they do, but what they actually have is the replacement number, which is the 318 gasket, which is what I already have. I'm going to use what I already have. It's going to be fine. Oh yes, Grasshopper Cruise did call dibs on the BBD. Jeff Hutchins' kids are Hutchlings. Nice. Oh, Tommaso Design said, really enjoy your style of narrating and all the great info and knowledge. Just picked up a 63 four-door Fury with a 77 400. Nice. Very cool. And thank you very much. There's another horrible flash. We'll see is back from SoCal. Missed you all the last couple of weeks. Glad you made it back. These comments were a while ago. Just had a question asked and I wanted to answer it. McLovin actually did just post up. If you've got tech questions and they don't get answered here, join the Dead Dodge Garage Discord and ask there. We've got a good few people in the Tech Talk group full of useful information. So keep that in mind. Bill Mize just dropped in and sent a $50 super chat yet again. Thank you, Bill. What a man. Truly a legend. Good evening, everyone. Ready to see a video on the banana. Anyone else? Oh, I'm ready, brother. I will have some news coming on the banana. Could have filled cylinders full of M80s, but now it's the 5th. Worst, it's the 6th. Black powder in a lit match. Multiple people said that. Sam Puztai? Hey, Jamie, have you ever encountered a collapsed oil filter on a 68 440? No, I haven't. I have not. John M with a question. Off topic, is that a real Les Paul in the background? No, that is a Korean-made 1997 Epiphone Les Paul Burst. And I got it in 2010. I traded a Chinese one for it and some cash. That was my baby forever and ever and ever. But it's so damn heavy. Dropped it once. Snapped the headstock, fixed it, threw it once, snapped the headstock again, fixed it way worse. Still plays, but it's not great. Needs some love. But it's a thing of beauty and perfection. Otherwise, yeah, Chadwick Garmin guessed it. And then this is also an Epiphone. That's an Epiphone. What are you? Traditional Pro 3. Excuse me. So, I mean, they're real in that they exist, but they're not Gibsons. There was a time I was going to get a Gibson Les Paul. Like, I really wanted one. But, no, I mean, I can't. Especially because, okay, now, listen. I have multiple Rickenbacker basses now, and those are very expensive. But I also got decent deals on all of them. And I play them. I play bass. I play those. I pick them up all the time and I use them. I don't really play guitar anymore, so I can't justify like nice guitars. Gaskets, Tony sent to the email address in YouTube. Yeah, I don't have. Would it be from your name here? Because I don't have any addresses from that name. I don't have any emails in my emails from that name. Ken Burback is here. How's it going, Ken? Fiddler on the roof? No, guitarist in the rafters. Michael Orlowski with a question. An actual honest-to-goodness question. Jamie, have you ever put Magnum heads on an LA block 88 through 91 with a roller cam? I have not, but my brother has. And if you watch this video today, that is what that engine in the Fury is. It's a 1980 whatever, 8, 9, 360 roller cam engine. I bought that engine out of a truck in a junkyard. I took the heads off. I sold them to David years ago. I think that was the second thing I ever sold him. I don't know if he's here right now or not. Anyway, then I had this short block, and my brother took a bunch of nice rebuild parts that I had and built this engine. Ooh. Neon Steven just sent me a picture. Is that a Vintera? Is that what that's called? Wow. It's cool. double pickup, and those look like the Gibson EB pickups. That's a great color. I love everything about that. Huh. Super cool. Yeah. Yeah. This is my P-Base. It's a P-Base Special Aerodyne, crafted in Japan, 2006. Curved top, binding, obviously, and color-matched headstock, just like your Squire there. These, it turns out, are super, super rare and special, and they trade for almost Rickenbacker prices, and I didn't know that. I didn't pay that for it. I was strongly considering trading it toward a different Japanese P-Base, but you know what? I think I'll keep it, and I'll probably take the active pickups off. Anyway, Michael, Magnum heads on an LA block works just fine with a roller cam with oil through push rods. There is a push rod length difference, and I don't know why. Yeah, McLovin. Yeah, that body is it's very heavily contoured and lightened. It's pretty cool. That's the Aerodyne thing. Most Aerodynes are like super modern looking in black and no pickguards, but that's like the classic Aerodyne classic style. Anyway, Michael, you may well have a push rod issue there. Colin did. He had horrible, obnoxious, sticky noises. Yeah. Yes, Stephen, the Aerodyne is indeed awesome. I wasn't in love with it until I figured out what you're supposed to do with a P-Base. And once I figured that out, I was way more excited. Anyway. McLovin did put up my email address in case you need to get a hold of me. Squire Rascal. 30-inch. Yeah. Huh. Cool. Yeah, those are Gibson style. EB style pickups. Pretty cool. John Skidmore. You know the Atwoods are close to the coast when you see Colin has 3 clam guns by the back door. Yeah. David Beam is looking for a 72 Charger left fender. Can't help you there. And a 73 D100 bed. Is it a short bed? I have one. It's from a 78 and it was rear-ended and it's rusty on the right side. The floor is nice. The left side is nice, except that it's been rear-ended. Yeah. Anyway, I might cut it up tomorrow unless you want to come by it. Wow. Jeff Hutchins watched a video today where they got a counterclockwise starter on accident. It was hilarious watching them marvel at the starting fluid blowing out of the intake. Nice. Vintage Adventure Drive. So my buddy had 65 thou decked off his 318 he's building. What are your thoughts on decking an engine that far? It's been done many times. It's going to mess up intake fitment. You're going to have to modify the intake to fit right, I'm sure. On a V8, it's complicated because of intake fitment. On a Slant 6, decking it that far or more is like SOP. Wow, Caitlin Harris. First I broke a 435. That's a trick. Now I broke a 49. Wow. Yes, Spitfire Mike, I am fully aware that I can have custom copper gaskets made. Multiple companies do it. Vintage Adventurer Drives has 10 bases. Wow. I think I only have the 3 Ricks, the P-Base, my P-Base special that my grandma bought me when I was 14. It's right there. It's got a fretless neck on it now. And the base 6. So I guess that's 6, technically. It's enough, I'll tell you what. Connor Wake Havasu. Do stage quality keyboards have a Hammond B3 mode? They exist. Sam with another question, same topic. Have you ever seen a 440 not pick up oil on startup? Yes, I have. I remember a comment from someone a long time ago about their 440. They had to, every time they changed the oil, they disconnected the ignition and primed it in like 10 to 20 second bursts on the starter for a minute and a half to 2 minutes before making oil pressure, before they would hook the ignition back up and start it. Because if they didn't do that, it would fire up and have no oil pressure for like a while. Weird. Tony, you should re-email me with what you're talking about gasket-wise. Brian, YHAG, which apparently means wish I had a garage. That checks out. With the famous 1973 two-door Monaco. Oops, dang it, come on. Your picture's sideways, so it's kind of a problem. But anyway, it's a Monaco. Weird. Huh. Okay. Yeah. See what I can do. Hot Shoe had a Fender Stratocaster. I have one of those right here. Oh. Right here. Love this thing. This is what that used to look like before my friend Frank modified it. So I had to get this. For the sentimentals. No, Scott, I have not gotten the head off Perky. Our Dave Carr, anyone here successfully used a Holly Sniper 2 on a Mopar Big Block? Never used a 2. I've used 2 Holly Snipers, the originals, on Mopar Big Blocks, and I hate them. Aaron Lutz, anyone have some 340 motor mount brackets? Schumacher. David Beam says, I do get a kick out of your vids. Thank you. Oh, long bed. Yeah, sorry. Yes, Steve, exactly. The P-Bass mixes itself. That is exactly it. And that's why it's here in the studio. Patrick Radcliffe said, nice to see there was no knock in the Turbo Slant 6. Yes. Surprise, surprise. It was all my fault. Yeah. Aaron Lutz also said, been a minute since I could catch it live. Keep that bass. They're great. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to it. For sure. Dreadful Bund. What is this channel even about? Whatever I want it to be about. But mostly classic Mopars. And sometimes this live stream is about guitars. But only because people keep asking me about them. Yeah, Vintage Adventurer drives. Both of my P-Basses are P-Bass specials. So they have jazz necks. I don't like the P-neck either. Well, no, that's a P-neck profile for sure. Or a J, excuse me. A J profile, for sure. Oh, Dennis Wheeler. Slight house fire issue, but I'm here. That's unfortunate. Aaron Lutz. Jamie, any experience building an A500 automatic overdrive for high horsepower? No. David says, that standard bedroom looks huge in the camera. It's not a standard bedroom. It's 16 by... The old room was 16 by 16. I think this one's 16 by 14 minus a closet. And eventually, I'm going to knock the closet down and move that wall that way. But that's fine. It's this whole other thing. I don't know Driver 8, Mike. Has anyone done a Cummins Viper yet? No, but Superfast Matt did an off-road Viper, which is amazing. Looks like that room is in the attic. It's not. The attic is above me. But yeah, the way this house is built, it's like a double peaked roof and they're staggered. And so this room being all the way forward, it's in the peak, unfortunately. It's really annoying, actually. I did start hanging stuff up there. You can't see it, but there's a chart of a big chunk of Puget Sound over here. Jeff R., what's the deal on a fretless neck? No need for specific notes. So original basses, double basses, stand-up basses were all fretless. There was no such thing as frets. And so you just put your finger in the right place. Frets are a much newer thing. And so if you want that classic, smooth, slidey, bass tone, you get a fretless. Yes, Mark Bass, I have tried ketchup flavored potato chips. We literally talked about them in this live stream, so that's weird that you should even ask that. Dan Orcutt's first bass was a Hohner fretless. Fretless is the trombone of guitars. Yeah, it's fun. You get that smooth thing, but you do have to be precise with where you put your fingers. So it adds a level of complexity and talent required. And I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I did play just fretless for, how long was that? Oh, that's cool. My live comments froze. Why you do that? Oh, we're back. Nice. Vintage Adventure Drive. Cheap precision I converted over with the Mighty Might neck. I call it the precisionless base. Yeah, I was going to say all dressed are pretty darn good. Jeff Hutchins' neck is also fretless, but no one cares. I'm not reading that. Nice. Oily fans in the house. Jack Bruce was a master fretless player. Jack Bruce was amazing. Automatone. My daughter had one. I think it broke. Yeah. Steven says the precision in the name Precision Base is because of the frets. Precision note selection. Nice. Fretless for Tom Waits songs for sure. Sometimes we, yeah. Sometimes we talk about cars. I said no to this, right? I've never built any transmission for high horsepower. Robert Fitch frets a lot. Does anyone have any car questions? Wow. Josh said, I had a guy build an engine 20 years ago, shaved a lot off the block when he decked it, made no compensation for it. Pistons all hit valves. Wow. Oh, yeah. Forgot all about that. Stage Zero Jason got a new to him 79 W200, and I just got a 79 W200 with a 318 that turned out to be a Magnum 360. Yeah, that was cool. It's got all kinds of good stuff on it. Love the Magnum. Not looking forward to dealing with the brakes. Yeah. A couple commenters on my 79 Power Wagon video said, I probably won't be able to find your question, Robert, if you want to repeat it. A commenter said, wouldn't mind if you put that 318 in that 79 Power Wagon. And actually, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use the cam out of the 360, my spare closed chamber heads, spare 4-barrel manifold, excuse me, keep the headers, and have a nice little spicy, 318 for my Power Wagon with a 4-speed. That's going to be sick. Mad Mike 8 in the house. How's it going? Just a bunch of Mopars, guitars, and other stuff I can't buy. Nice. How many P bases can you fit in an A body? Actually, a lot, especially in a Duster or Demon. Tommaso Design. I saw a video of yours with the aftermarket throttle cable. Mentioned in the comments that the through the firewall mounting hardware robs almost half-inch throw of the throttle. I have had those adjusted correctly in the past. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it is possible to set them up correctly. The biggest issue with Mopar throttles is using the correct spot on the linkage, the thingy. Oily fans, something about cornhead grease. No idea what you're talking about. Board Crafter, can we talk you into putting a new motor in Sticky? Which one's Sticky? Do you mean Perky? I might just be doing that. Yes, Jeffrey Vothier scrolled by too. Dang it! We get so many comments. You know, back when I first started live streaming, I read every single comment, and it's just not possible anymore. How many bases fit in a 65 Barracuda? A lot if you fold the seat down. Eric Dusenberry just picked up a 77 Dodge van. Nice. Oh, yeah, Robert Fitch. Damn it. I read that question and I meant to read it, but I got distracted. Valiant steering wheel is upside down. It wasn't before I took it off, but when aligning the splines correctly, now it is. Could this be due to maladjusted tie rods? If it is exactly upside down, most likely your steering coupler is put together upside down because that can flip the steering shaft 180 degrees. You will not get an entire half turn of the wheel adjustment out of the tie rods. Explosions! Tim Jefferson says, I just picked up a 75 and 76 B200 vans. City isn't happy with me already. Nice. State Zero Jason says, Power Wagon has same color as my 79 Aspen. You have the same bench as my Aspen. Can you send that to me? No. Oh, wow. Yeah. The live actually froze and restarted on this screen. Wow. Oh, you think chat's bad now? Stop by a Vice Grip Live. I've stopped by a Freiburgers. They're 1,000 times worse. See you later, Bill. Thanks for being here. Got 2 rooftop units to install tomorrow and a ton of service calls. Oh, boy. Have fun. Paul Wortman, why does my brother insist on putting that god-awful green thing on the channel? Because he doesn't like you. I know, it's messed up. And the color in today's video was even more messed up by his phone, and we both tried to fix it and got it decent. But the greens were the biggest thing. The greens were just flashing. Before I recolored that video, the Camaro was, like, it's always awful. It's awful in real life. But it was, like, searing. So bad. Brian, what's going on with the Simon & Simon? Oh, what's going in the Simon & Simon W200? That's what I was just talking about. I think I am going to use the 318 out of the black truck. And I'll use the cam out of the blown up 360. Not the 360 heads. I'm going to use probably 273 heads or maybe stock heads. We'll figure that out later. But yeah. Oh, long. Oh, and so it's both. Understood. Apologies. I've been saying that wrong for quite a while. Oh, 225. No compression on tester. Dead engine or crap Harbor Freight tester. How does it sound? Does it sound like, does it sound horribly unhealthy? Does it sound normal when it cranks? If there's zero compression on any cylinder, that would imply something is very, very, very wrong. And I don't think, God, with an engine that turns, it would be hard to get 0 PSI on every cylinder. Like even with a dead timing chain, probably. Yeah. RWB, what's the current value of an NOS secondary ABS? ASB is what it says, but that would be a AFB. Still an original box, 70 Charger Street Hemi. A lot. A lot. Tony emailed again. Gmail address. Dude, I still didn't get it. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. Are you going to my junk mail or something? I don't know. Let's see. Does anything even go in here? Tommaso Design says, you're doing way better than most on answering questions. Well, I do try. The value of that carburetor RWB would be a Tom Hergert question. I don't know if he's here, but I'm going to say a lot. Jeff Hutchins remembers the read every comment days. Doesn't seem that long ago. I think it was a year ago. I don't think it's been that long. No, it's not in there. Huh. Weird. I don't know. Your emails are not reaching me. Vintage Adventure Drives. Does the A-body steering box have a double spline on it? Yes, it does. It has a master spline, but if it's starting on the splines at all, then you should be good. Spray some stuff in there and beat it with a hammer. Yeah. Colin's throttle cable situation made McLovin cringe. You and me both. Yes, his gloves were horribly green too. Fix it again, Tony. Stripped on a stand. This is my interim. Huh. Whose dog was that? That was a ranch dog. Pick up that Les Paul and do your best Mick Taylor impression. I don't have a Mick Taylor impression, but I could pick up that Les Paul. Classic dude Mike says Colin's Camaro is fishing lure colored. Mongo FPV 65 Valiant convertible Signet V200 stock 273 4-speed 318 or 360 or turbo the 273. I don't like any of those options. I like the stock 273 with some mild hop-ups. But, yeah, does it sound magenta or Colin's car green? Ooh. Yeah. That is the question. I don't... Mick Ralph's? No, I just don't. I got nothing. Oh, boy. Aw. Vintage Adventure Drives was saying in Tony's live earlier that I prefer your live thanks to viewer engagement being so much better. I try. Dang it. Jeff Hutchins, we're doing a Simon and Simon 79. I'm here for that. No, it's not. I'm not machoing it. And the unfortunate thing is I have a roll bar, but it's a short bed. It won't fit in the long bed. And I think I'm selling it anyway. So yes, I need an assistant desperately. We've discussed that before. Oh, nice. Speaking of which, yes, selling roll bar. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked. B3. Durf95 says, about 5 years ago, I got a Charger stuck in the sand on that beach right down the road from you. Nice. Hold on, I got to do math. How long has my wife been here? About 11 and a half years ago, my brother buried my Swinger in the sand on the beach, Long Beach. So not right down the road from me, but not too far. Mike Brunello, how much power does late 70s motorhome 440s have? Probably very little, I'm assuming. It's not great. My sister is free to do assistanting tomorrow after about noon. Hola, Fox can fix it. What's good in the hood? That Camaro is safety green. Yeah. Nice. Mongo FPV. Best mods for 273. Have factory iron 4-barrel intake and fresh AFB. Well, you're off to a good start. Your 2-barrel engine is lower compression. The high compression pistons would be better. Eric Dusenberry, take it easy. Have a good one. The 273 I'm building right now uses those pistons. It also uses a tunnel ram and a ridiculous cam. You want to use a cam very similar to the one we put in Mark's engine, probably. The 318, higher street performance 318, I've been documenting in recent videos. Excuse me. So you could go look at the cam card I showed, or the specs at least, I showed in the first and third videos on that engine. The recipe video, I definitely showed the cam specs, but it's something like 447 lift, pretty mild. But it's a little engine and you're in a street car. So there you go. Good evening, Ray Adkins and Rusty Robinson and Fighting MSA. Yeah. You've got that 64 Studebaker with the R1. Okay, that came through, Tony. Went with a friend. Do, 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 do. Oh, absolutely. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They are. So it's a 60. I don't know what the difference would be either, but the one I'm looking for is the early one. So 64, 5. I think 6 is probably the same, maybe even 7. So, yeah. Yes, please, and thank you. They should be very thin, and they should have the small holes that are not round for the chambers. I'm going to guess from the people hopping in, Tony's probably off. Oh, no. He's still going. Nice. He's got 16 more people than us right now. That's messed up. Brian says you should have contests where you could win wrenching with you in an episode. Would be a blast. Kind of sounds like a punishment, if I'm honest. Vintage Adventure drives with a car question. What would you use for control arms on an A-body drag car? I've thought about a set with Heim joints and lots of adjustments. Factory, but I mean Heim, something like that would be a fine idea, good idea even, because Heims will give less resistance to droop, and that would aid in weight transfer that little bit. The old school trick is to raise the front end off the ground and loosen the cam bolts and tighten them with the bushings set that way. So then they're preloaded and wanting to unload this way when the nose lifts. They'll probably also break eventually, but polyurethane would be another good option. Probably. But yeah, something like that just allows it to move freely would be a fine thing. I wouldn't say you need to get fancy arms with Heims, though. I like stock parts. I like not spending money unless necessary. So. One Datsun lover. Have you ever had an oil pressure gauge run backwards? Key on is full pressure, gets lower with throttle. Wired correctly outside, and reversing them does not work at all. No. That's a good one. Wow. Huh. Very interesting. He's been sent to the corn folder. Fix it again, Tony.
Dale? I think you're thinking of Fiat.
16 is a much closer number than it used to be. Yes, although there have been times where we had more than him, allegedly. Right, yeah, fighting MSA. I also have the 70 Dodge Dart with Blueprint engine sponsored 408. Nice. Nice. Steve Cody recently bought a 98 Ram 1500, going to build a 440 Pro street truck. Ever heard of anyone throwing an RB in a second-gen Dodge truck? I know it's been done. I've never seen it myself, like in person or anything. I know it's been done. We'll see. Checked out. Yes, hopefully we can work something out. Brady Doc is here. Was that your brother in the 64 Fury? Yes. Did you not know that? A few people didn't know that. He hasn't done a video in quite a while, and so the channel has grown a good bit since then. Yeah. Mark Howley, car question. Jamie found out today my tired Mazda B2300 4-speed is inadequate for launching boats. What should I use? Well, it kind of depends on how big a boat we're talking about. XJ Cherokee is great for little ones, or Grand Cherokee with a V8 is even better. Half-ton Ram 4-wheel drive pickup. If it's a big boat, 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive pickup. I have not launched my boat yet with the new Hemi truck. I certainly will be doing that. Rocket Tom is here, right on time as usual. Joel Shooter's here and says, hey, Jamie, after spending a lot on the Ram charger, I get to spend more, then it comes home. Oh, Jesus, man. That's messed up. Oh. Fighting MSA said, found out the Studebaker and the Mopar 8 3/4 are the same width. I'll be damned. That's really interesting. IMDA, what is the tires plan for the 52 Hudson radials or bias? I wouldn't put bias plies on anything. I don't care. I just wouldn't. Radials for sure. And that is not my car, so it's not my decision. But, because I don't have my mic boom, the mic's down here, and it's slightly inconvenient. I have the clip thing for this, but it's not handy. Rooster says the record number for people in my life is 284. I thought it was a little more than that. But what do I know? I've never been known for remembering things. So. Now you can see the Rick. Black Rick. Black Les Paul. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, let me know, Tony. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Wow. Vintage Adventure Drive saw an old Hudson like 2 days after seeing... Forgive me while I get comfortable here. Excuse me. Forgive me for getting comfortable. Saw an old Hudson like 2 days after seeing the Hornet video. It was like a 48 Commodore or something. I want it. Yes. They're cool. If you hate it now, just wait till you drive it. Brian's out as well. On shift at 5:30 a.m. That ain't good. Taco Time, love the Tin Grill Ram vid. Have a good week, Brent. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Wow. Hot shoe. I left a red rag in the back part of the lifter valley of a 340 once. Had oil pressure for about 2 minutes after it started. Dude, that's impressive. Yeah, see, Chris, I thought the stream had passed 300 as well. My sister thinks it was 316. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. I wouldn't even know which one that was, but yeah, that sounds right to me. Hot shoe. I've never seen a whole red rag in an engine, but incidentally, a 340 that I rebuilt, 1973 340, for a CUDA, 4-speed CUDA. I found chunks of red rag in the oil pickup when I took it apart. There were multiple things wrong with that engine. Multiple things. Yeah, I'm not known for remembering things. I remember a lot of stuff, but almost none of it's important. That's the problem. Oh, now you can see how pretty my microphone is. Nice. Yeah, Hot Shoe agrees with me. Keep the 273. It's a great engine. I so agree. I love a 273. Every 273 I've ever experienced impressed me. F-body and A-body, front suspension interchangeability. Dang it, I can't remember if the uppers fit. Does anyone know? Are the upper arms on F-body different? I know the lowers are. I can't remember that. The spindles do work. They are taller. And depending on who you ask, that's either a bad thing because it messes up your tom. Wrong. The spindle is taller, but it works. And it's been done bajillions of times. Okay, yes, the upper arms are different. I knew... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's got HD ADD. It's like ADD, but man, you should see the quality. The F-body spindle is taller. And so, depending on who you ask, it either messes up the front suspension geometry because it separates the arms, or it improves the front suspension geometry by separating the arms. Depends on who you ask. My friend Mike's got F-body disc brake spindles on his 64 Dart, has had them on there for years and years. It works. Yeah. Yeah, fighting MSA. I remember when you first dropped in here and we kind of talked about that. I knew you were pretty well disabled, but it sucks. Sean Bragg, will the MSD come back on the Blue 225? Actually, I really want to put it back on there and prove to everybody that wasn't the problem. Because it wasn't. He remembered Ava's birthday and forgot. Tony's in the house. How's it going, Tony? If you're bored, you can join. It's been a while. Here's $2 money bags. I'll put it toward my blower kit just for you. Money bags. I guess Tony's off now. That's funny. Oh. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Harmore or Harmore? I don't know. Thoughts on picking up 2012 Hemi 6-speed Challenger, 102k miles, no accidents. Hemis tend to blow up, but other than that, that's probably an awesome car. I really liked my V6 car. Mexican Spec is in the house as well. Welcome. Glad you could join us. I have like a command center now. There's multiple monitors and yeah, all kinds of things. Lothar AMC says, my dad's first car was a 52 Commodore. He was the ultra nerd at the time. Excuse me, but that's the only car he wants back. That's cool. Vintage Adventure Tribe says, my name, the Hudson has my name written all over it. My last name anyway. Nice. Ron Armstrong is here and says, add me to the list of Uncle Tony throw-offs. Nice. Welcome. Fighting MSA, wondering what it would take to put that 408 in a newer Dodge Magnum station wagon. So dropping a Magnum right in one of those is not, it's not going to just fit. Mike, I'm not reading that. Thoughts are thinking. It's going to take some custom fabrication. Now, the Magnum and the Hemi actually use essentially the same bell housing pattern. Things are different between them. People have many times put the older style Magnum transmission, LA transmission, behind a modern Hemi. I don't know if it's easy to go the other way around. So in all likelihood, you'd be doing a complete drivetrain swap and custom mounts everywhere. And then obviously, it's not going to, you're going to need a computer system to make it run. Anything can be swapped into anything with enough welding, cutting and welding. So that's pretty much, yeah. It's not that it wouldn't fit. It will fit. It will not bolt right in there. So it's going to be a total custom fab job. That's what I'm saying. Blah blah asks how is the beige Duster coming along? Oh, Dean Stevenson's in the house. Uncle Tony and Kathy Bananas kicked us out. Yeah, you'll have that. How is the beige Duster coming along? It is up on the lift to have all the welding done, and I haven't started on it. And I really need to do that because it's getting picked up in like 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah. Raymond Cabell, Colin's Charger looked like a lot of work. Does he have another Charger body? No, he will be rebuilding that car out of garbage. Out of, garbage and AMC metal. Yes, swapping it in your Studebaker would be so much easier. But what are you doing with the 70 Dart? We like 70 Darts. It's one of my favorites. Is there much call for restoring rockets? Josh Homan in the house. How's it going? Oh, Mike's going to slide off the desk. That would be funny. Oh, you have the original 340. Well, all right then. Perfect. Problem solving. Yes, Colin's Charger is going to need literally all of the AMD panels. That car needs frame rails, at least one in the front. It needs whole trunk, quarters, roof, tail panel, valance, corners, trunk extensions, rockers, probably fenders. The hood was smashed by a tree. The windshield smashed. It's signed by Mr. Norm. Nice. That's awesome. Yes, he will be needing the entire AMD catalog. When I got the entire back half of a 69 Charger for my 69 Charger, which I traded for Perky, I got it from Colin because for some reason he credit carded the whole back half of that car long before actually bringing the car home. So, yeah. He's a silly man. He will be ordering all that again. Nice. All Classics is in the house. How's it going there? Ox Auto just came to brag about Carol, a 73-year-old Chevelle owner car lady. Saved me after breaking down on my 69 Roadrunner. Then it went for another 1,200 miles. We are a great automotive community. Nice. I don't know if it was you. I saw a post somewhere about a very similar story. Oh, no. It was, sorry, the one I'm thinking about was the Gambler Rally, I think. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Nice. Yes, Just Mopar Joe is building a nice Charger. As a matter of fact, just yesterday at 2:21 p.m., I sent him these pictures of the Roadrunner that we moved over to Colin's house and said, come finish this one for us. And he laughed. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. Ugh, yeah, this mic. It needs to stand. This is murdering my neck. I hate it. I'm just going to do this for a while. Enjoy looking at my neck. Yes, Mopar Joe is building an awesome new shop. I signed paperwork yesterday morning, formally declaring my intent to buy the neighbor's house with a little shop behind it. So my hair's getting wacky. That's normal. Chris has a stack of dead MacBooks at work I could use for a mic stand. I've got mine. Hold on. So here's level 1. And then the dead one's still downstairs. And then I've got my Windows touchscreen i7. Or is it an i5? I think it's an i7. This is what I do recording on sometimes. So, let's see what this does. It's better. 1 timing light equals 1 Alaskan leg. He's not in Alaska. Is he? No. He's in Alberta or something. Fidget Adventure Drives. How do you think I feel playing my Game Boy Micro while watching her live? My neck hurts too. Not much call for it. It's the single most popular cheese in the world. I don't know if that was the right voice for that, but anyway. Nice. Oh, Classic says, just watch the video on the truck. I fixed those gas tanks easily with a $20 plastic welder from Harbor Freight. I need to get one of those. We don't have a Harbor Freight here. It sucks. Video coming out soon. Nice. Oh, that must have been... Yeah, right, because you were looking for a tank for years. I totally forgot about that. Rooster, did you sell the 68 Charger to fund the other property? No, it is still here, still working on it. Talking to various parties. It will probably need to be sold unless I sell, because I didn't get cash for the 69, and I'm not. Build you a mic stand out of one of your junk cams. That would be pretty sick. But there is just a mic stand right here. I just don't have the adapter for this in my desk. It's in my old desk. Latus is here. Hello from across the pond. How you doing? Yeah. My act of kindness was an act of penance for Tony taking Vice like. I knew what you meant, but he's not in Alaska, is he? I thought he was Canadian. He sure sounds Canadian. Anyway, if anyone wants to buy an 81 Challenger, now's your time. Now's your chance. $5,000. Let's go. I again, I signed a purchase agreement. It's not actually set in stone yet, and I still need money. So, excuse me. I think I have a buyer. Yeah, he's in Alberta. That's what I thought. Alberta. He's not Alaskan. What's going on tonight? You're on top of the comments. I skipped a bunch early, and we were talking about guitars, and I was done with that. So I fast forwarded and asked people to have car questions. The leg thing was so funny. It's hilarious. Oh man. I think I have a buyer for the Scamp. I think the Scamp is probably going to go to Arizona, but I get to build it first. So I need to get Mark's car done. I need to get the Dart Sport done. I need to get Vivian's car done. And then we'll build a Slant 6 for a Scamp and do a bunch of other stuff too. But anyway, I think I'm selling that. So that will be part of this property thing. Yeah, rust beaters. 1980s lift kits. Lots of hockey pucks. Oh, yeah. Yes, Phenomenon. I have heard of the 4th of July cliff jump. I know it's a big deal. It's awesome. Sean Bragg, what cars will go in the new shop at the neighbors? Well, the Demon, probably. Just as soon as the state-of-the-art security system is set up. The intention was that the dream was to get it to store the Charger and the Demon, but if I have to sell the Charger to buy it, obviously that doesn't happen. Yeah, Josh, sounds good. You know, it's no, I don't need it this minute. And remember, that is wife. That's a wife car, wife money. That's not going towards this house. That's all my deal. Although she's going to end up with a lot to put goats in, so. Yes, buy all the merch. Vintage Adventure Drives. I would buy another Scamp, but I have 6 cars and I still live with my parents. Nice. What's Canada? It's America North. And I don't mean that in a... You know what I meant. Don't mean that in a political way. And a Time is surrounded by old guitar pedals. That white cabinet there is partially full of them. Answer 14 is in the house. Good evening. Barely made it here. All the holiday hijinks. Nice. No roosters, but goats are acceptable. Yeah, they don't. Don't ask me to explain it. Andrew Button says, I need a B-van project for the new shop. I have a B-van project. I don't want it. I'm so tired of vans. I'm over them. What's a penguin? What's an iceberg? Dan Orcutt placed an order. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hey, no politics. Don't make the mods send you to the corn. Can you? I was going to say America's hat, but I don't know if they do prefer that. Wow, AMC guy is on board. Huh, you might be the only Canadian. Anyway, I was hoping... Wait, how many provinces are in Canada? Mark Howley lives cheap if you want a state-of-the-art security system. Well, I'm going to be renting the house in front of it, so there's that. We're going to the corn. Well, I used to say 10 provinces, 3 territories. Nice. See, they don't teach 9. Oh my God. Which one are you leaving out? Speaking of merch, did you get the artwork sent to the shirt guy? No, there is no shirt guy. I'm the shirt guy. I have to do it. I have to sit down and do the stuff and punch it in and print off a test shirt and make sure it's lined up right. And this is why the other banana shirt, which is done, isn't out yet. Because I forgot. I've been busy. Lothar AMC slant tail Audi speeds. It's Aussie speed intake. All classics. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Answer 14. Gotta ask, did your buddy toss a handful of self-tappers down the carb of that blown-up small block you dissected? It was way gone. No, what happened was it got massively overheated, and that had already happened. It was losing coolant. It overheated on the highway. He knew that, pulled over, got coolant and everything, but I think the damage was already done. Head gaskets let go. Started eating oil. Wasn't eating coolant, but was eating oil, and weird stuff happening. So many Canadians in the house. And a Dr. Art. Wow. My sister, should I come over around like 1 tomorrow? Well, wow, did I? Huh. Apparently today's video doesn't have a description. That's funny. I forgot to write a description. That's very not like me. Wow. I'll be damned. What did we learn? See, I told you, I need help. The problem is, if I have an assistant, then I have to tell the assistant what to do. Yeah, no self-tappers down the carb, just perfect storm of badness and the ignition problem. No, I'm not having problems with, yes, I'm having problems with my shirt guy. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to tell you. They clearly didn't teach us dick all about Canada in school. Jeffrey Nunez is in the house and says, "Hi, Jamie and esteemed colleagues. I put a GMA 33 overdrive trans in my 65 El Camino 327, 355 gears, 12 bolt. Love it. It had an M21 Muncie. Nice. It's great on the highway. The gear ratios in between a stop and highway speed leave something to be desired, but yeah, they're decent transmissions. I also like air-cooled engines, actually. Leroy is going to bed. Yes, it's late on the other coast. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Can we have joint custody of Peg? 1812 Part 2 is brewing in the chat. I don't understand metric, so no. No, I put in a description for the live. I didn't put in a description for today's video. Canada on strike. You need an assistant to the assistant. My friend Jordy, when we hired him at O'Reilly, he always described himself as my assistant. But then, I wasn't in charge. So he then described himself as the assistant to the assistant. And that's all I think about when you say that. 8 chargers? I want 8 chargers. Yeah. I know you don't all live in igloos. Midnight Gambler. Did you see Watch Junior Go or JR and his dad's Perkins diesel engine? No, I did not. Is it that air compressor thing? Will there be a burnout in the new shop for break-in? Not if the floor is nice. In fact, I'd like to paint that floor. That shop was built. I don't think it was ever really used for car stuff, so it's like nice, shiny, new concrete. I'd very much like to keep it nice. Yes, Steven, you're going to get a metric education when you get around the neon. Get around to the neon. Yeah, I keep thinking about getting going on that. Tommaso Design, have a good one. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. The War of 1812 is a foundational thing in Canada. U.S. barely mentions it. I wonder why. Yeah. Nice. Dave Freeman in the house. Happy Sunday. Metric math is easy. Estimating size or distance in units you didn't grow up with is not. Yes, exactly. What I was going to say about the neon thing, Stephen, I have been a professional mechanic, so I know all about metric, like fastener wrench sizes. I just prefer to measure things in freedom units. That's all. When we went to school, they thought the world was flat. Working at O'Reilly is a rite of passage for car guys. Yes, I was a retail service specialist, and then I was an assistant manager. I think I had a cumulative 5 years there. Blah blah asked, did you find an SRT4 engine for the Neon? I did not. We're going to use the Turbo PT engine instead of the SRT4. Various people, what the hell is a hectare? Various people, she had huge tracts of land. Various people have said the PT turbo engine is exactly an SRT4 engine with a different tune, but I actually kind of sort of thought the internals were a bit different. Sid Luscious with a comment about hard ciders. I'm not going to read it, but Cart 70 is here and says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. Robert Fitch says, working on Dakotas is great. Both SAE and metric. Jeeps are that way. Friggin' Jeeps. In, like TJs, I think, are still half and half. Or maybe it's YJs. I don't know. Mad Mike, yeah. I don't know about 1812, but in 1814, we took a little trip. Yeah. See if I had been taught about that war in school. Oh, look at this. My friend Frank built this. Oh, he's the same guy that ruined my strat. That strat. He built this. It's the world's heaviest acoustic guitar. It's horrible. Hey, in 1814, we took a little trip. Along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. Whatever. I used to play drums on that song, not guitar. My computer thinks it's smarter than me. In 1814, we took a little trip. Vintage Adventure Drives never got above part specialist after 3 years. Didn't want to move up because I knew I wasn't going to stay after I got through school. Yeah, don't blame you. Hector, he's the Latino dude who mows my lawn. Nice. Hey, Hector. Hook up the subwoofers. Chef deal. Or hopefully that's how that's pronounced. Have you ever done any autocrossing or road course driving? No. Will an LA small block live okay under lateral G-forces stock, or do you have to rework oiling system a lot? Honestly, the LA oiling system leaves a lot to be desired in all cases. You really probably want to add a baffle to that pan at a minimum. A deeper sump and a matching guard on the K-frame would be a good idea too. A deep sump. But I don't know. Ask McLovin. He's going to do it with the stock oiling system. Excuse me. Mike Holst asking, will there be a Rocket Resto DDG meetup at Tom's? I hope so. I just go where they tell me. I need Tom to decide that and just book it. Well, we ran through the bushes. Whatever. Oh, Lord, he a coming. Does the Honeycrisp cider taste anything like honey? Not really. Rooster's tech question. I have a nice hideaway headlight setup and want to put it in my wagon. Headlight switch won't open them, so how do I make that work? You need relays and a hold open switch if you want to do it the way the factory did in the 66 Charger. It's the same headlight switch. There's just an extra feed off of the headlight side of the switch. Yeah, I think it turns off when you go to, or I think it closes when you go back to park. It's not a big deal. Just add an extra wire off the headlight switch, off of the headlight output. You're actually going to need a couple different relays, and you don't need the factory ones from a 66 Charger. You can use typical 5-pin relays. And you'll want a hold open switch. I had to use a hold open switch on my 66 Charger when I used the modern relays, because if I didn't, it winked constantly. It was really annoying. Yeah. Vintage Adventurer Drives worked on a Japanese bike earlier today. All my favorite bikes are Japanese bikes. Dave Freeman saw a PT Cruiser Turbo convertible today in the wild. Good Lord. That's my purse. I don't know you. How would you like a couple of acres? I'm gonna have a couple of acres pretty quick here. Where'd it go? Dang it. The blinking camera thing is gonna drive me crazy pretty quick here. Actually, I bet I know why it's doing that. Gary says, last time I was at AutoZone, the parts guy just let me use the computer to find what I needed. I literally always do that at O'Reilly. I walk into their commercial department and I just help myself. Jimmy Tomlinson, where's a good place to get dust caps for a 69 Barracuda with 9-inch drums? I don't know the dimensions on those, and I don't know how available they are. Jeff Hutchins says, if you have 3 consecutive properties, you can put hotels on them. Good to know. Snowmunk VX is here. DDG, I'm seeking a 2004 Jeep WJ Grand Cherokee for a new daily. 4-liter 4x4. Anything to look out for. I really don't know anything specifically about WJs. 4 liters are great. Make sure it's not blown up. Other than that, yeah, I got nothing. I think they're good rigs. Always like ZJs. Had 6 or 7 of them. Ray Adkins. What good things and bad things are there about the 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, just like Snowmunk was talking about, a WJ, with the 4.7 power, not power check, I know that's typo, it's power, the heck do they call that thing? I don't remember. Power Tech. Good and bad things about it. The bad things are all the 4.7. The 4.7 is a horrible piece of garbage. I don't recommend it at all. They just suck. I cannot recommend anyone buys a 4.7 rig. They're just not good. There are good ones out there. There are some with 250,000 miles. I know, but there are so many blown up ones. It's not even funny. Okay, McLovin does not have a stock pan. He's got a Milodon Road Race oil pan with baffles and a high volume pump. Nice. High volume pump. That moves more oil. Okay, so I don't want to recommend to anyone in the world ever to put a rack and pinion in their Mopar because it always sucks. But moving the steering and putting an actual, real good oil pan, not even necessarily a full length, but a rear sump for drag racing is a great idea. Sean Bragg, is there going to be a bigger turbo on the PT swap? No. No, it'll be fine. Latus is out because it's 3:40 a.m. Take it easy. Grabbed an alligator and poured another round. So true. but I want to. I was thinking about a while back, I was looking at Vipers and Hellcats, and then I saw a Ferrari that if I sold the 68 Charger for what I wanted would have actually been in my price range. And then I thought about that, and then I remembered I'm not that guy. Keith Hill says, posted a pic of my supercharged little red on your Discord, I think. Bunch of people dropped in here. K Hill would be one of them. Nice. Little red wagon. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Skid E also has an A series. Nice. That's the picture. I'm not seeing any superchargers there. Sick. I gotta get off relatively on time. We're gonna go drop off a kid and get some dinner. Yeah, welcome if you're new to the Discord. Ooh. Cahill also shared this. Dude. That is sick. It's not focusing for crap, but look at the fins. Fin wagon? Dude, that is amazing. Is that 60? Isn't that 60? I'm not an expert. 3 consecutive yeah. Monopoly. Yeah. Nice. Yes. Son of Dave Freeman has fully embraced the dark side and bought an O2 Subaru WRX, which I would be kind of excited about, except it's an automatic. Ugh. Used to have an O2 bug guy. I want another one. Yeah, Ferraris don't look good with bigs and littles and air shocks. Yeah. Second channel dead Ferrari garage. I have been considering, I know I've said this before. Oh, Paul Wortman asked, is that a Jaguar or Jazzmaster? No. There's a hacked up Strat, a Les Paul, another Les Paul, and a Rick, and a tiny Mando banjolin, and my Gibson acoustic. Mega fish fins, nice. Time to start thinking about an outro since there was no intro. Agreed. Yes, Teslers are fast. I have seriously considered doing a second channel, starting a second channel. I said I didn't want to because I can hardly handle one. But, it's 61. Okay. I was close. But wrong, but close. For music stuff, it would be a music channel. Is this plugged in? It is. Nice. I can make annoying electric guitar noises, but I don't have a distortion pedal. Lame. Suppose I could do my best Knopfler impression again. Oh. Have not turned this amplifier on in this room yet. Something turtles. Yeah. Excuse me. Blah blah says I'm interested in buying a 68 Barracuda. Was 383 with 4-speed swap. Was a not V6 slant 6. Has the original slant rear end. 8 3/4 with sure grip needed. Sure grip recommended. 8 3/4 highly recommended. 7 1/4 won't live long. Ox Auto would sub to the music channel. I think a few of you people would probably. How about some Leonard Cohen? You know I'm a fan, but I don't know any of his stuff. Yeah, Jeff Deal, that's what I was going to say on the high volume pump, but we are going to find out. Answer 14 is really looking forward to the garbage can on the track. The teasers have Answer 14 anxious. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. Request recommendations for finding a Z-bar for my Dodge Aspen project. Will A or B body work? No, I don't think so. I think they're very different. Wildcat Auto Wrecking. Something dark side. No, I'm not lighting my guitar on fire. Multi-neck guitars are silly. Nice. Vintage Adventure Drives has a music channel. It has 10 subs. My dirt bike channel has 314 subs. Dead Music Studio. Nice. No, I haven't learned Hallelujah. It would annoy my wife. Phenomenon? Get out. Mighty but damn smoke, Jimmy the Hog. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it. Ladies love Outlaws. And the train, it won't stop going nowhere to slow down. Hey, hey. Doesn't that have a nice breakup? And that's just a Strat. And the shuffling madness. Locomotive breath. There's a weird buzzing in this room in every piece of gear. I don't know what it is, but I gotta figure that out. I did Howlin' Wolf last time. Just play some Nirvana, you know you want to. I don't. Ground the room, yeah. Yeah. Shield the room. Oh. That's interesting. It's not in tune. 60 hertz from dimmer switches. No dimmer switches in here. One of my basses reacts to my tin coffee cup. I don't know what to play. No Muddy Waters, no. I wrote something down that I need to learn, but I didn't learn it, so. Apparently headlights need a functional circuit board to work. No, they certainly do not. I wrote Boom Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet. I'll take you home with me. I like the way you walk. I like the way you talk, the way you're talking to me. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, hey. Strats are cool. I swore off them for like a decade. You are pretty good. Thank you. Been working on it a while. Come on, Ray. There's no action left in these keys. What is... Nothing wrong with this piano. Whatever it is. Don't know that. Boom, boom, out go the lights. That's something else. Someone said You're sounding a bit Peter Green, and there's a reason for that. I'm a big Peter Green fan. I guess I could pick up a plectrum. Come back to me. I can do better. That was my man, Andrew Button. Yeah, 100%. That was Fleetwood Mac. I don't have a Scorpion's voice. Let's see Tony do that. Yeah. Mississippi Queen. Mississippi Queen! Or it's whatever, it doesn't matter. For no worries, worries and troubles come around. I don't look for no worries, worries and troubles come around. World keep on turning, gotta keep my feet down on the ground. Shit. Peter Green, the man. Played a burst Les Paul. So did Jimmy Page, also known as All My Guitar Heroes. I don't have any Trower, no. No, I do not. And no, I haven't seen Sinners. Dude, there's something stabbing me in the leg. Hang on. Giant splinter thing. Nice. That's funny. I saw something. Robert Fitch once worked at a restaurant with Chris Cornell. I'll be damned. Yeah, let's see Tony do that. Jeff, I've listened to Alabama Shakes once, and I don't even remember what it was. Mark Howley says that was the best out ever, so I guess this would be the time to end. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that. Does your guitar gently bleed? No, but that reminds me. I got to learn this one. I haven't learned it yet, but I'm going to learn it. I haven't learned it. I told you. My sweet Lord. My Lord. So good. So good. I'll learn it goodly eventually. That one needs some attention. Okay. My sweet corn. Really want to see you. All right. Yeah, I got to learn a couple chords and the second verse. Okay, I'm going to get off of here and take a kid home and find some dinner. So thanks for hanging out. The Cracker Box Palace. I don't. Yeah. It's not that one. It's the other one. Thank you, RoboStyle. Appreciate that. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. I don't know. This Wednesday might be. Well, okay. This Wednesday should be a Hemi, but I don't know if it's a 426 or a 392. We're going to find out. Mark's Barracuda. There will be a video on that this coming weekend. God willing, unless the creek rises or whatever. I don't know what else. Remind me to do a video on a Neon RT. Until next time, thanks for being here. Appreciate the super chats and the comments and the likes and the hangs. And I will... Andrew with the B-Van facts. I'll see you later. Thanks for being here. I'm leaving now. Cave Dave. All the other people. BB Dragon. Dave Freeman's out. Seed your own lawn, Dean. Night, Chili Willy. Night, everybody. See you later. Oh, Monster Magnet? Next time. Remind me about Monster Magnet next time. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.